Let's Coach Brohm make an opening statement, then go to your questions.
Well, it was a great victory for us. Any victory is a great victory, but I think our guys have worked extremely hard. They give us tremendous effort. They understand the importance of fighting to the end and playing together and improving every week. And I definitely saw improvement this week. And I think we played a football team that was very disciplined and was going to force you to beat them. And I think we wanted to try to beat them at their own game, which is try to get turnovers, try to not have any on our side, not give them extra possessions. But I was extremely proud of our effort, and I'm very happy for our football team because they worked hard for this victory.
Jeff, you ran the ball really well. What do you think worked?
Well, we wanted to come in the game and try to get some more balance. I think it's important, to be a successful football team. You don't want to put all the pressure on the passing game, especially when ours is going to be a project that's going to continue to get better. But we've got a lot of work to do, and I think the ground game helped us. It really got us some yards, and we were able to balance the field. We were able to take advantage of the offensive line, getting a chance to come off the ball and knock some people back. Our runners did a very good job. We took care of the football. So we want to try to have that balance each and every game. Some games you're not going to be able to, but we were tonight, and it helped us win.
Tario in particular, did he show you tonight what he had shown you in the spring and training camp to sort of put him in that number one spot?
Well, Tario has a great attitude. We really enjoy coaching him. He gives us great effort. He wants to win. He wants to be pushed. And he came ready to play today. And I think that we were happy to get him going. I think our runners ran pretty well also. He got a good bulk of it and was able to break some runs and get through a few tackles, which we want to see yards after contact. And I think once he got going, he was able to give us that. But I was proud of him, and I know he is happy with his performance.
Jeff, I think you said in the past that your wife was the one who encouraged you to run a flea flicker originally. Who came up with this one, and then why did you choose to run it when you did?
Well, we had it in the bank, and last week some of them didn't work as well as I like, and that happens. So then it always concerns you. Well, okay, am I calling it too much? But I think it was a good point in the game where I thought this one was pretty safe. We kind of gave a false cadence out there just to make sure I got the look I wanted. Once we did, we went ahead and ran with it, and it was tremendous execution. And when you can hit a few plays like that, it can change the momentum of the game. So we got to be aggressive and take our chances. I thought we went for it on fourth down a few times, maybe on the part of the field most people didn't think we would. I know they were lined up thinking we were going to punt it, but we want to go for the win. And I know sometimes it may backfire and bite you in the rear end, but I think our players respond better when you're aggressive, and the trick play worked like a charm, and that was a huge play for us.
Have you always tried to be particularly aggressive off turnovers, those quick change kind of situations?
Well, we try to. I think sometimes I can get in the habit of calling trick plays right off the bat, so you don't want to, be methodical where they know what's coming. But I felt this was a good point in the game to do it. We had it right on the part of the field we wanted. It wasn't a hash play. We needed it in the middle of the field. So it was exactly where we wanted it. It was just good timing and good execution.
Jeff, kind of similar, but having a feel for the game the way that you do, was that the moment you felt like a killer instinct play, or momentum was needed at that point to put them away?
Well, it was a little bit of a back and forth game. We were able to get some drives and not get as many points out of it. Yes, we wanted to try to put a dagger in there a little bit. It worked. I think after that we may have got a turnover. We came back and hit a touchdown the very first play. That kind of separated a little bit. So, we were aggressive. We took some shots. Some games they work, some games they don't. They worked here in that second quarter, I believe what it was, and it got us a lot of momentum going into halftime.
And then speaking of halftime, you seen you had a slim lead at halftime. What adjustments were made after halftime, and what made it work for the second half of the game?
Well, I think anytime you come in at half and you're winning, you want to challenge your players to finish the game. And you only get so many opportunities live, and really we're guaranteed 30 more minutes is what I told them. And we've got to make sure we make the most of it. Last week we were up at halftime, and I think our players maybe were a little too happy. But you know what? While the second half wasn't as productive, you know what? It's the things we can learn from and get better at. I think our guys did compete. They just found a way to make a few plays. We found a way to control the clock, run that down a little bit, and help our defense some, where we're not going super fast all the time. And a lot to learn from, but I think our guys did compete and finish.
Toward the end of the game, you were able to get some of your depth in, but even before that, did you feel like you went deeper like you wanted to? I know you got the 3 freshmen on special teams and maybe manufactured some things on the defensive line, but did you feel good about
Yes, we did play more guys. We were able to rotate the offensive line early in the game. And you know what? The other guys came in and did a good job from what I saw from the sideline. So it was good to keep certain guys fresh, add a little competition. We played a few more receivers early on, had a few drops. So, you know, they got to fight their way through that. But you know what? They came back and responded. And you got to get their feet wet. You know, we got a lot of guys, believe it or not, on offense that haven't played a whole lot. And you got to just hang with them. You got to let them know you believe in them. You got to let them know you're going to put them back out there. And I think that all of our guys responded. And I think, like I said, we'll be able to improve upon this. And being able to play more guys helps the morale of the team. And really, that's what we want to try to do. And if it's up to us, we play as many as we can and rotate them in there and be very aggressive with it. But I think our guys came ready to play today.
What do you like about the defense?
Well, I think the first half they were very good. We were able to stop the run. They got a few play action passes on us. We still need to improve in the secondary. You know, we've got some work to do there. They're giving effort. It's just maybe we got to coach them better. Maybe we got to figure out a few things to do to help them out. But you know, we played hard. We played physical. You're never going to be perfect, but I think we were able to play a few more guys on that side of the ball at times. We still got to improve upon that and make sure we're getting guys fresh. You know, I'd like to get a little more of a pass rush. At times we got in there, we couldn't finish some plays, so we've got to work on that a little bit. But overall, good effort. They kept us in the game. They had a very good first half.
What does it mean for the offense to be getting big plays out of the run game and not only relying on the passing game to sort of generate those breaks?
Well, good football teams have balance, and that necessarily doesn't mean 50-50. It means if someone's going to take away the pass, you got to be able to run. If someone's going to take away the run, you got to be able to pass. So we're going to work hard at trying to create some balance, and some games maybe we'll have success at it, others maybe you don't. But I think that it really takes pressure off the quarterback. It takes pressure off the passing game, and vice versa when it's going the other way. So, you know, you've got to change things up. You got to make sure the defense is a little off balance. You've got to be aggressive on your play calling. You've got to take some shots, but also be able to run the ball at them and around the edge and a little misdirection and whatever you can do to allow the defense not to know what's coming. So I think the balance is important for us.
Jeff, is what we saw tonight from the quarterbacks, David and Elijah, is this just a byproduct of the competition that you've created at that position?
Well, I like to think so. You know what? I know sometimes it can be risky, but you know what? We got two solid quarterbacks that are continuing to get better. I thought Elijah played well. Just David happened to come in and he got hot, and he did a very good job. But both guys are improving every week. Elijah made some big time throws with a big arm early on, and then David came in, and you know we got a little momentum and hit some shots. But both guys played well. Both guys did what we asked, and we're going to continue to let those guys compete. I mean, I do think we'll be a better football team if we have two guys that can play the position than one.
Jeff, how about just for you personally? How are you going to plan to celebrate this victory, and what can you put it into context of what this means?
Well, it was a big game for us. I think anytime you play a football game that it's first one at home in front of your fans, maybe you're slightly favored in it, and people expect you to win. You got to go out and prove to people that you're a good football team. And I think that's what good teams do is they come out and they play solid. And I think that our guys were into the game. It's fun to coach a group of guys that want to work hard. They want to take on challenges. They want to try to make people believe in them. They're out to prove themselves each and every week. They know occasionally maybe we're going to get punched in the mouth and have to learn from it, but they're willing to fight the fight. And I think our guys to this point have given us everything we ask. They come to practice. They practice hard. They prepare. And they give us great effort in the game. And that's all we can ask. And myself and all of our coaches enjoyed coaching this group.
Back to the quarterback situation. What was the thought process in switching quarterbacks between Elijah and David there? And was that pre-planned at that point in the game, or was that just something that came throughout the flow of the game?
Yeah, it was actually pre-planned. I think that we kind of had the same plan going in that we were going to allow Elijah to play in the first quarter and then kind of bring David in the second and then kind of go from there. And, you know, nothing really more complicated than that. I think both guys have earned the right to play. I think both guys are tremendous leaders. They give us everything you ask. They've improved every week. When you play in the game, it helps you improve a lot faster than when you just practice. So I think both those guys getting game action is going to help our football team.
Take a couple more, Kyle.
Just on the surface, you like what you got out of the special teams a little bit better than last week, aside from maybe the Ohio fake punt there that went for first down.
Well, you know what? I think I noticed the ability to cover a little bit better. I thought we had some young guys step in there and do a decent job just from what I saw from the sideline. Obviously, you don't want to give up a fake punt, but you know what? We've kicked it almost through the end zone a lot. We're covering fairly well. Excuse me. You know, we're going to get better. I think Coach Sabine and our guys coach extremely hard. We take a lot of pride on special teams. We want to work hard to improve. We want to be creative with it. And I think we'll continue to get better. And I think, you know, you've got to have some guys that are committed to going full speed and making tackles and making it a one-possession game and finding a way to create field position. I thought we improved this week, but yes, we have to continue to get better.
And Jeff, real quick, how does it feel personally on getting that first win as Purdue head coach here at Ross-Ade Stadium? I'm sure you're pretty excited about it. I'm sure you're pretty happy on getting that first win here at home.
No, it's I feel great, and I think you know, today we had the dedication of the Performance Center. So as I've said before, you know, myself, our players, our coaches, we're more than thankful for this administration for allowing us to utilize such a tremendous center for our players. That they can work and hang out and get better and kind of really spend a lot of time together. We appreciate the president and the board of trustees and all the supporters that have given to this project. So yeah, we wanted to win today, and we wanted to show those guys that, hey, we're going to work as hard as we can to do our part to try to get this program back, and it's going to be a step-by-step process, and we're not going to be able to skip any or jump ahead. We're going to have to go up the hard way, and our players thoroughly enjoy where they house themselves right now. I know I do. It's tremendous. So, you know, when you play at home, you have to try to make that an advantage for you. And I think tonight, as you guys saw, the fans turned out. There were tremendous student support. I looked up in the first half back behind me, and I had no idea there was that many people there, but there was. They were into the game, and when you have that turnout, it makes you feel good as coaches and players. It makes you want to work a little bit harder. So this was a very fun game to coach in, and yes, I'm very happy we won.
Last one, Brian.
How much of the importance, in your mind, of this game lied in the fact that they played relatively well last week, but now had to have something to show for it? Kind of moving forward.
How's your ear doing?
It's all right. I'm good.
Good.
Yep. Thank you.
Well, I think, you know, you want to win football games, and I think you want to work hard and see improvement. And obviously the W is the bottom line that you're trying to get. So for our guys to get a win at home is big for us. I think we understand there's a tough road ahead, but that's what we're here for. We're in the Big Ten. We're going to play great football teams. We got to earn our stripes. I think our guys are willing to put in the work, and to this point, like I said, they've done nothing but everything we ask, and we just got to continue to improve.
Thanks. Players are over here.
Thank you.